historical lies that will make you rethink your entire education.
Being a teacher these days, low salaries, long hours, and
Go.
overcrowded classrooms are just the start of the challenges faced by educators, who often have to deal with outdated and incorrect textbooks as well. So it's no wonder that sometimes things slip through the cracks. Here's a look at some especially persistent false historical facts that kids are still being taught in schools. Einstein failed math. For decades, teachers and parents have tried to inspire kids who don't quite excel in school with a fun historical fact. Even Einstein failed math as a kid. As a message of encouragement to late bloomers, it's great. As history, though, it gets an F. In 1984, a Princeton University team led by Dr. John Stachel discovered that Einstein was actually a kid genius who had conquered college-level physics by age 11 and was fluent in Latin and Greek. The reason people thought he had failed math was simply due to people misunderstanding the grading scale on his report card.
Way to go, Einstein!
So, was Einstein actually bad at any subjects? Just French. French is hard. Pilgrims dressed in black and white. Learning about the Pilgrims and their role in the European colonization of America is a major part of any American's elementary school education. Also a part of school, plays in which kids dress up like pilgrims and reenact the first Thanksgiving. Invariably, the costumes are ill-fitting black and white garments topped with big black hats, which fits with the idea of the Pilgrims as strict, simple people. But according to Pilgrim expert Caleb Johnson, the Pilgrims actually wore clothes that were all kinds of styles and colors. The idea that they dressed in severe black and white outfits comes from paintings done in the 1800s, when all people actually tended to dress in darker, more drab styles. The more you know. The U.S. declared independence on July 4th. Fireworks, flag cakes, and barbecues. Your 4th of July activities to celebrate American independence from Mother England are a lie. The Second Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia on July 1st, 1776, and the next day, July 2nd, not July 4th, representatives from the 13 colonies overwhelmingly approved a motion to declare independence. It took them 2 days to agree on the wording of the Declaration of Independence, however, so it wasn't until the 4th that they ratified it. Since that date was at the top of the document, it's the one that stuck in everyone's minds. But the whole process took a long time. Members of Congress didn't actually begin signing the Declaration until August 2nd, and King George III didn't get wind of it until October.
These days, of course, you could do the whole thing instantly with a simple Facebook post.
Abner Doubleday invented baseball. In 1903, baseball guide editor Henry Chadwick wrote about how baseball had evolved from the British games of cricket and rounders. The magazine's publisher, Sporting Goods King...
There was nothing crazy about that.
Kingpin Albert Spalding responded by forming a commission to prove baseball actually had American origins. The commission's report, issued in 1907, was based mainly on a letter from a man named Abner Graves. He claimed to have been in Cooperstown, New York in 1839 when future Civil War General Abner Doubleday outlined a diamond in the dirt and wrote up rules for a game called baseball. Spalding took that assertion for fact. To do so, he ignored two actual facts.
First, Commission member A.G. Mills,
Who was close friends with Doubleday, couldn't remember Doubleday ever mentioning baseball. And second, in 1839, Doubleday was a cadet at West Point, not in Cooperstown. These days, historians think baseball is one of several sports derived from stool ball, which was played in England as far back as the 15th century. Sorry, America.
Hold up real quick. Oh.
Columbus had to prove the world was round. While few still think Christopher Columbus actually discovered America, many believe the explorer's voyage was important because it proved the world was round. But this was not the case. In fact, people knew the Earth was round as far back as ancient Greece. In the 19th century,
Okay, on everything in school they did tell me that Christopher Columbus figured out that the world is not round.
however, writers like Washington Irving used the Columbus story to take potshots at the Catholic Church, claiming the explorer had to convince superstitious clergymen that the Earth wasn't flat like they thought. The idea caught on with the general public. Just another testament to the power of fake news. War of the Worlds caused mass hysteria. The textbook definition of mass hysteria
Why do they teach that in school? Like, there's so many things they teach in school that are unneeded, unnecessary.
is probably the October 1938 chaos that resulted from Orson Welles' radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. Wells and the Mercury Theater on-the-air radio program presented the terrifying story of a New Jersey alien invasion as breaking news, with on-the-scene reports so convincing that hordes fled their homes in terror. We know that really happened because the newspapers of the day said so. Unfortunately, the creative license hadn't ended with the radio program. According to History.com, newspaper publishers took what few reports there were of people panicking and built it up to create a story of far-reaching mania over War of the Worlds and to make radio look bad. Gotta watch out for those emerging technologies. In fact, relatively few people were fooled by the War of the Worlds. Just in case anybody tuned in late, CBS Radio aired multiple disclaimers reassuring listeners that the broadcast was fictional. Also, there couldn't have been widespread panic, because not very many people were even listening in the first place. Ratings reports from the time found that only 2% of respondents tuned in to the War of the Worlds
because it aired opposite NBC's popular Chase and Sanborn Hour,
which featured ventriloquist Edgar Bergen. So 1930s Americans didn't believe aliens were landing, but they thought a ventriloquist they couldn't actually see was somehow really entertaining. You can decide for yourself which is crazier. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. This video is 2017, but there's probably a lot of shit from 2017 to 2020 that could be jammed up in this video. You feel me? Anyway, y'all are gonna see some dank videos coming next. Some dank ones. There's all sorts of videos. I'm interested in. Click that like button if you enjoyed the video. Click that subscribe button. Comment on this video, you feel me? Comment what type of video I should react to. Any video. There's a bunch of videos on this channel. There's none like this. This is the first one like this. Tell me some new ones. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. You feel me? Look out for them videos, though. And y'all watch this video right here. And y'all watch this playlist right here. Click that subscribe button right here. Stay up, y'all.